Good morning. Good morning, all. Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Online students, could you please confirm? Done, guys. Yeah. Initially, Happy New Year to everyone. And I hope this year everyone will be as a data analyst. And in the future, everyone will be as a data scientist also. And I assume that each and every person of you will get the job in the January month. Okay. Within the January month itself. Right? Done. So now, coming to the class, in the last class, we are discussing about the Power BI, and within that, we have completed a few plots, right? And in today's class, we are going to have the next one is uh, so within the Power BI, we are going to cover the next topic called as cards. Cards, we are having the different types of cards are available, and apart from the cards, we are also having the filters, different types of filters. So in today's class, we are going to discuss cards, filters, and slicers. These are the three things which we are going to cover in the today's class. Of course, three of them I have covered in the employee data set already earlier itself, but I have given just as a overview at the time. Now in detail and what are the options are available within that. And here, not only the card, multi-row card also available. A normal card along with the multi-row card. Okay, so in today's class, we are going to cover the balance part of the visualization. Every part of the visualization will be covered by today. Now, one more time, I'm going to consider here the same data set which we are working from the last few days. That is stored data set. So let me load the same data set one more time. Since it is a CSV file, I'm going to click on the CSV and so I'm just trying to open the CSV file. And once we load the CSV file, just a minute, my screen has struck. Oh. Okay. Okay. So in the last class, we are discussing about this Superstore data set. So in the Superstore data set, we are having different columns and we are discussed about the various plots and also we have covered the tables and matrix. Now here we are having the card and second one is multi-row card followed by slicer. These are the things are available. And here we are having the filters. So this is the filter pane. And in this filter pane, we are having the filters. Can you see here filters? And filters can be applied on the three ways. Okay, what are the three ways of filter means? One is filter for the particular plot. For example, if I'm selecting any particular plot, let's take a donut chart. Now, can you see here? You got the filters on this visual, filters on this page, filters on all pages. Three of them are different. Filters on this visual means it will be applied on this particular filter. Filters on this page means it will be applied on all the plots of that filter. Okay. And filters on all pages means how many pages you are having on every page it will be applicable. So these three with practically we are going to discuss. And along with this, we are going to see in today's class cards and along with the multi-row cards. Now, cards, what is meant by cards first? Let's start with the initially what is meant by cards. Cards are nothing but indicators. We call them as indicators. So cards can be considered as the indicators. Okay. So in the last class, we have covered the tables and matrix. This is the previous class. In today's class, we are going to cover the cards. Cards are nothing but they are called as indicators. They are going to show some values. They'll represent, they represent, they represent some value. Whether it is what are the value it is going to represent, that value can be three types. One is called as numerical data. Okay, numeric card. We can have a numeric card. Second one is text card. Within the cards, we can have the text card. Third one is data card. Sorry, date card. So what are the three different types of variables we are having in the structured data? What are the different types of variables? Means one is continuous, one is discrete, third one is time series. So the same three we can represent in terms of cards. Three types of data, three different types of cards. Okay, if you keep the numeric data, it is called as numerical card. Means continuous variable, if you add in that card, it is called as numeric card. Text, if you add, it is called as text card. If you add date card, it is called as date card. Sir, what is the use of this? One by one. Let us start with respect to. And this is the indicators, means they represent some value. Okay, directly it is going to show you some value, right? Now, so let's start with the first one called as numeric data card. Okay. Now here I'm going to consider in terms of numeric card, that is nothing but this one. First I'm going to click on the card. In the card, I'm going to bring on to the sales. So here I'm having the, what are the options I'm having? Means fields is the option. Fields means in this particular card, what you want to represent, what number you want to indicate, what you want to show. That is, I want to show the total amount of sales. So that is sum of the sales. It is going to represent like this. Now, and I'm going to take one more card. In this card, I'm going to bring side by side. And here I'm going to keep the profit. And I'm going to take one more card. In this card, I'm going to show the quantity. Now, if I keep these three cards side by side, there is no borders. So for example, if I attach these two cards also, how we can know whether they are attached or not attached? So there is no borders. Now, in the previous class, we have discussed the cards and I have told you the same thing. But in this, I'm going to explain for you the formatting. What is format? So here in this, what are the formats we are having is, here you can select the categorical label. So what are the categorical label is that? That is the label. Label means this is the label, sum of the values. So the sum of the values, you can change the size of this one. So the sum of the value size will be increased and you can change the color. This is one way. Okay. Within the visual. Now, second one is within the card, I'm selecting the card. In that general is there. Second one is general. In this general, we are having in terms of properties, title, efforts, data format, header icons like this. So header icons, if you off the header icons, now see here, I'm adding the background color. So what is the background color for this one is white color is the background. I'm just trying to change the background. Like this, you can change the background. Okay. And you can increase the transparency, something like this to get the color shades. Okay. So just that is nothing but background colors. If you want to add any kind of background. So this one, when it will be helpful means during your presentation. When I show you this, as I've told you earlier also, in today's, in the last class itself, I've told you, in the today's class, we are going to discuss in terms of these. And along with these, in the tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss these functions, calculated measures, DAX functions, all these things. And Saturday, I told you that data analytics project we are going to do now. This Saturday, what are the data analytics project I'm going to do? I'm going to create a dashboard and I'm going to present in front of you. Now, when I create the entire dashboard for the given data set, starting from business problem to finally presentation, I'm going to do everything in the Power BI. Now, when I'm going to do that particular project at the time, what are these colors are there? Na? These colors are also is going to have the importance. And today, as I've told you earlier also, I'm going to share you one dashboard and you have to send me the same way, right? That I'm going to share you now. Okay, because in that some of the things are included, which I have not explained in the class. Today, I'm going to cover them. After covering them, I'm going to give you that particular example because you have to add some additional things. Miss, today's class is important for that. Right? Now, this is the sum of the sales. Now, for this, this is the background color. How to add the background, miss? Within the general, you are going to go with the efforts and you are going to add the background. Sir, I don't want the background. Then remove the background. Here the point is border is compulsory. We have to add the border. What is this border means? Edges. So you are going to get the edges like this. This is the border. So now when the border is visible, then we can keep the next one also side by side like this. Okay. When the borders are visible, if the border is not visible, this will go on this. For this one also, I'm adding the border. How to add the border? Within the general, select the efforts, and within the efforts, you are going to add the border. Just you are going to add the border in this way. Sir, what are the size of this one? And what are the size of this one should be the same, miss? Then generally what we will do while doing the project, what we'll do, miss? Whatever we are having here, we will copy and we'll paste so that same formats will be added. No need to again separately do for each and everything separately. Okay, if you do like this, then what happens means one will be one size. Instead of that, for example, if I'm removing this one, I'm removing this one. At the same time, I'm also removing this one. Now, same size. I want to bring in the same size. What are the size of some of the cells and what are the format it is having? I want the same format along with the borders. Now just I'm going to copy like this. One more time I'm copying and I'm pasting. If I don't do like this, what happens means if you click separately a box, again you have to adjust yourself. You have to make these adjustments and again inside that formatting, everything you have to do. Instead of that, if you copy like this, then it will be easy. The formats will be automatically selected. Just you have to change the fields only. Just you have to change this field. Instead of this one, you are going to write the profit. See, automatically the same format will be selected. Blue color. For example, background is there. The same background will be added. Now for this sum of the sales, instead of sales, now I'm going to take here, instead of sales, I'm going to have the quantity. Okay, what are the quantity? Now, if you want to adjust, you are going to adjust like this. Sir, for example, sum of the sales is there, but that word sum of the sales is not nice, sir. I want simply total sales. That would be nice. So then what you are going to do is, here you can change the rename. There is an option called as rename for this visual. So just click on the rename and here you are going to get the option for renaming and I'm going to write here total sales. Like that, you can rename them. So you are going to get the total sales. Okay. Now, similarly, I'm going to rename sum of the profit. By default, it is taking the, what are the profit column you are selecting? It is taking the sum of the profit. I want to rename that one. So you're going to click on the rename and this is the rename. Instead of sum of the profit, I'm going to take here total profit. Sir, sum of the profit is nice only, no sir, means continue with the same. If it is nice for you, continue with the same. Okay. Now, similarly, for example, sales are there. Same sales, copy and paste. Now, here total is there, na? Sales, average sales I want, not the total sales. Then here again, you are going to select instead of sum, you can click on the average. Instead of this, you can select the minimum. Instead of this, you can select the maximum. So what are the number? What are the count? You want the count. Count distinct. What is meant by count distinct? Means unique values. How many unique values are there? And what is meant by count? Means total number of records. It is going to give the number of records. This is length function. This is n unique. Number of unique values. Okay, standard deviation, variance, mean, median. Like this, whichever the value you want to represent, you can represent that particular value there. You can rename, you can represent whichever you are interested. For example, I'm going to represent here what I'm going to represent means I'm going to represent the average sales. Okay, now what I'm going to do, this is average sales. So I'm going to change the rename. I'm going to rename this one, and here itself I'm going to write average sales. So instead of creating a new measure, for example, here you can add a new measure. After adding the new measure, you can write the function. What is the function name? Average. In that, what you are going to do? See, I'm going to calculate even that one also. Click on the new measure. And in the new measure, here I'm going to write the average sales. Let me create average sales. And average sales is equal to, okay. And I'm going to take the function name is called as average is the function. Within that, I'm going to take the average of the sales. And I'm going to keep this one. Click on the OK. Now, automatically, you're going to get a new measure. If you drag down, see, as per the order wise, alphabetical order, it is showing. In the alphabetical order, average sales comes in the top. Now, I'm going to take here separately a new card. Forget about this one. I'm taking a new card. In this card, I'm going to keep the average sales, which I have created the measure. Now, answer is same only. No? Either you can do in this way or you can do by selecting here. Okay. So you can rename that one or you can calculate. So for this one, why you are not getting? For this one, why you are not getting? Here you are getting only the rename option or with respect to remove the field or something you are getting. Why you are not able to get miss? This option will not be will be available on the created measures. This is the measure you have created already, not the original column. So for example, this one is, I'm selecting the original data. I have dragged the original one. Whatever this one you have dragged now, for this options you will get. Direct data, you will get the options, not for the created one. For the created one, if you want to rename or you want to modify miss, then you have to click on the edit here. There is an option called as edit. Okay, you can add in terms of new measures, rename, delete, hide, add filters. Like this, you can do one by one. Is the point is clear? So you are having in terms of average sales, sum of the quantity, total profit. Like this, you can add the multiple cards. So this is called as numerical cards. Is the point is clear? For the numerical card, what we have done? One. For the first one is called as numerical card. In the numerical card, what we have done? We are showing the numerical values either with respect to total sales or total profit or total quantity or total discount, how much discount was given, and average sales, anything. Which one you want to indicate, which number you want to indicate, that particular number you are going to show on the numerical card. Now next one comes with this is numerical card. Okay, I'm going to rename this one, the sheet name as numerical card. Right? After numerical card, now I'm going to have the next one called as text card. I'm going to rename this one called as text card. Earlier you have renamed the numerical card. Now I'm going to have the text card, categorical data. Sir, what categorical data you are going to show? Let's see. Now here I'm going to select the card, one card. In this card, I'm going to keep the category field. I'm selecting as category. Now by default, what category it is selecting is first category. Basically, how many categories you are having is 3 categories are there. What are the 3 categories? How to see the 3 categories? Already I have told you the slicer now. So in the slicer, I'm just trying to bring the categories. What are the categories you are having is furniture, office supplies, technology. Here I'm showing in the slicer, but already you have completed stage 2. Data exploration will be completed, then only will come to this stage. So obviously you will remember what are the categories are there in this, what are the city names are there in this, what are the country names are there. Everything you already know. Here in this case, I have not done the data exploration, so I'm saying like this. Okay, now by default, you are going to get the first category. The first one you are going to get here by default, first category. I don't want the first category, or I don't want with respect to, let us take one more card. In this card, I'm adding the subcategory. Now, I'm adding the subcategory inside this. Where first let me select this one, card. This is not the card. This is the card. Okay, this is the card. In the card, I'm adding the subcategory. Now, what is the subcategory? It was added accessories. Now, it is selecting the first one by default, but I don't want the first one. I want the category which is the top one, top category. So, top category, which is the top subcategory, I want that one. For that, what I'm going to do is here I'm selecting the filters. Can you see the filters? In the filters, I'm selecting the subcategory. Okay, and within the subcategory, there is a top N. Already we have discussed this one during the employee also. Top 5 salaries we have discussed. Okay, top N. In the top N, I'm selecting the top subcategory 1, top 1, based on what? Profit visa or sales visa, any as per your choice. For example, I want the sales wise. I'm selecting the sales and apply the filter. Now, which is the subcategory which is having the highest sales means phones. Now, similarly for this, tell me category I want. For the category, top category, how I have to select? What I have to do? You are going to select in terms of again, you are going to bring the category into the filters. In the base, instead of basic filtering, you are going to apply the top N filtering. In that, you are going to select the one, either top or you want the bottom is bottom. Bottom one you can show, top one you can show. You have to just drill down. Okay. Now, and I'm going to show the sales wise and apply the filter, which is the top category in the sales means technology. Now, let me add the border and let me give the rename also properly. Okay. Now, first I want to add the border. Tell me how to add the border. Just now I have discussed. Format, in that general, in that efforts. Within the efforts, you have to select the visual border. And you can increase the thickness of the border. If you want to increase the thickness of your border, what are the border thickness is there? If you want to add within the format, again general, in that efforts, within the efforts, what are the visual border is there? You can add the thickness just by increasing this one, width. So the thickness of the border will be increased. If you add the more the thickness, see, the thickness of the border is increasing. Is that clear? How to add the border? So format, general, efforts. And here you are going to add. So generally we'll keep the thickness of 1. What are the basic thickness is there? That is sufficient. Now for this edges, round edges, exactly rectangle is there, na? Some curved edges. I want the curved edges so that it will look nice. For looking nice only. That is nothing having importance. Just for looking nice. Just in the visual border, rounded corners is there, na? Here I am going to add the rounded corners to 5. Now can you see edges? Edges will be added. Here edges, what are the edge? Curved. Sir, that much of small edge also will not be visible. No, sir. Okay, let us add some high, big number. So let me add here, what are the visual border? The thick edges. Edge. Now this edge, now when I keep like this, now it will be looking nice. For making somewhat lightly. That rectangular box also will not have any difference. Just to add something. Now this is the one more card, and for this also add the borders. Visual, general, efforts. Now just you are going to add the visual border, and within the visual border thickness of 1, just you are going to keep this one as some 10. And I'm going to keep like this. Now what is this one? Top category. Okay. Now I want to rename. Instead of first category, I want to rename as top category. What I have to do? Which is the top category. I want to rename this one. Here the name is there now. I want to rename. What I have to do? Just select the box. Here just click on the rename for this visual. And here you have to write the top category. Okay. And after writing here top category, rename this. instead of top category. Okay, top category. And this one, instead of this one, I'm going to rename. What I'm going to rename is top subcategory. Okay, in sales. If you want to add bracket also, you add for sales, not in terms of profit. So I'm going to add even sales also, top subcategory in sales, in total sales. I'm adding like this and click on the enter. So top subcategory, rename top subcategory in sales. Okay, in the total sales. This is the top category. This is the total top sales. And if you want to add bottom is, you can add the bottom also. How to add the bottom? Within the filter, you have to select the bottom one, any one. Generally, cards will indicate only one. Sir, I want to show multiple miss. That is called as multi-card. That is the next one. In this card, you can show any single value. Single value only can be represented. Now, I'm going to select this one. Okay. Now, this is the top one is technology, categories wise, subcategory wise within that phones. Now, region wise, I want. This is overall. Region wise, I want. Then what I'm going to do means, I'm going to keep the slicer. In the slicer, I'll bring in the slicer. Always my slicer will be in the corner, one side of the corner. And I'm going to have the region here and I'm going to select the central. So within the central technology, within that chairs are top. And if I select the for eastern region, it is going to apply for this phones. Okay. And if I go with the southern region, if I go with the western region, for western region, furniture is the top category within that chairs. Is the point is clear? So you are going to represent for each region, which is the top category, which is the bottom category. And like that, you are going to add the multiple things. In the dashboard, you will add the multiple things. So for example, when you are doing the dashboard, now, this one you are going to keep as sales. And you are going to present for each region, which one is the top category, which is the subcategory, which is the total amount of sales, what is the average sales, everything. In this entire dashboard, only sales will be there. In the another dashboard, only profits will be there related to profits. Like that, you are going to create the multiple dashboards, right? So here we are going to keep the top category and top subcategory. Is that clear? Text cards are clear, everyone? Okay. So in the text cards, generally what we'll keep is which is the top or which is the bottom one, which one you want to highlight. And you know how to add the background for this card, how to add the background, how to add the background colors. Again, format within that general efforts background. You can add the background color as per your choice and you can increase the transparency level and so that coloring can be given. Same color has to be given for the another card also, miss. Generally, instead of selecting separate cards of and again doing the formatting, as a student, you have to do is select the multiple cards separately and do separately so that you can do the multiple times practice. Once you are experienced, once you are familiar with that, simply copy and paste and change the fields. Is the point is clear? Now, like this, you are going to have the text cards, numerical cards and text cards. Everything is clear. Cards, two types of cards. Now, third type of card is called as date card. Third type of card means within the card, you can represent the date. Now I'm going to take one more time the same card. This time I'm going to represent the date. So how I'm going to represent the date means I'm going to take here ordered date into the field. Means it is going to show me the earliest date. Earliest date means first date. First record date it is showing. In everything by default it is taking the first one. Even in the numerical date, text date also it has taken the first one only now. What are the first one is there? It is taking the first one. But I don't want the first one. What I want? I want the which is the top date in terms of sales. Then what I have to do? Now you tell me what I have to do. In terms of, you have to select the card and filter. Within the filter, what you have to select? With respect to order date. Okay, means you want to show the, which date you want to show? Which date you want to show? Top N, means top says, which date says you are having the highest, that particular date you want to show. Click on that. And this is applied on the overall data. You want to add particular data, miss slicer, or you can add in terms of with respect to, for example, this one date, and along with this date add one more card. In that card I'm adding the category. Okay, category, and we am selecting here category. Where is the category? So category I'm going to bring into the this one, and here I'm going to select in terms of top N, and I'm going to select top first, and I'm going to select the sales. Okay, and I'm going to click on this. And what is the top category, miss? Technology. Now here I'm going to take in terms of one slicer, and in the slicer I'm going to add in terms of region, and I'm selecting the Western region. So Western region, which is the top category, miss furniture, and which date you are having the more amount of sales, miss on that particular date. If you want to highlight like that, you are going to take, you can take the date, or you can take in terms of month, or you can take in terms of this one. Okay, so you are having the date, month, year, which year you are having the top. So top, you want always top, means you have to remember only one point. Top what comes, top or bottom you want, means within the filters you are having the top. So three types of filters will be there. What are the three types of filters? Means basic filtering, advanced filtering, top end filtering. Okay, basic filtering means whatever the options are available, it will show all the options. You have to select the options. For example, here I'm going to select one pie chart. Okay, now for this pie chart I'm going to add some, what are the data? Let's keep the data side. Now I'm going to bring the region in the filters. Now what is the basic filtering it is going to apply? Why it is showing only west? Because already in the slicer I have selected the west. So I'm going to remove this slicer. Okay, either slicer. Now, so here, what are the basic filtering you are having, miss? What are the options are there? All the options are visible. For example, instead of region, if you bring the category, in the basic filtering, what are the options are available, it will show. Means whatever the options are available, showing all the options is basic filtering. In that you are going to select which category you want. For example, if I bring the sales into the filters, so it is showing the basic filtering. If I click on the basic filtering, all the unique values are visible. In that column, what are the unique values are there? Unique values are visible in the basic filtering. In every column, unique values will be there. Na? Categorical column also unique values will be there. Numerical column also unique values will be there. All the unique values displaying is called as filtering. Basic filtering. Basic filtering will show all the unique values. For example, city. In the city, what are the unique values are there? It will show that one. These are the city unique values. And if you want to select any particular city only, means you are going to select only the particular cities. For example, if you are selecting in terms of state, you are going to have the basic filtering like this. All the unique values of the states will be selected, and you can select any particular state of your choice, single state or two states or three states. That is your choice. Now, instead of this, now here I'm going to have the basic filtering. Instead of the basic filtering, second option you are having is advanced filtering and top end filtering. Okay, that is next one. When we enter into the filters, after this cards, next one is filters only. Okay, cards are clear, right? Everyone are cards are clear, miss. Next I'll move on to the, so within the cards you can show numerical card, text card and date card. So for showing the top, obviously we require the filters. In the cards, based on the filters only, we'll show in the cards. Sir, without filters, can't we show in the cards? Absolutely, we can show. For example, this is the total size. Total size without applying the filter, even you can show what is the average size you can show, what is the minimum size you can show. For overall data, you can show. For a particular region or for a particular category, for example, I want for a particular category or categories, then what I'm going to do, either you can select the, instead of basic filtering or slicer will be the same for you. For example, if I'm selecting here slicer, okay, in the slicer, I'm going to bring the category. Okay, I want the furniture, only furniture. So every value was changed to furniture. If I select offices, everything are converted to offices. Technology, everything are changed to technology. If I want offices, office supplies along with the technology, both of them I want, then what I have to do? In the slicer, control, click on the control button and select the two of them. If you don't select the control button, any one only will be selected. If you click two times, if you are clicking both of them, this one and this one you are clicking also, any one will be selected. Control button you have to select. Now if I select the furniture and along with the office supplies, okay, these two I have selected. Now for these two, what is the total amount of sales you are going to get is 1.46. Either you can select in this way. No. What is the second option? See, remember this one, 1.46 million of sales for what? Furniture and office supplies. This is using the slicer. Instead of using the slicer, I am bringing the category within the filters. And in the filters, I am going to select furniture, office supplies. Same answer or different answer? So basic filtering along with the slicer, there is no difference. Filters you have to apply means you have to go with the advanced filtering or you have to go with the top end filtering. Then the filtering advantage will be there. If you are going with the basic filtering and your slicer will be almost same. In the slicer also we can select the same. And in the slicer, sir, for example, slicer category and subcategory. For example, I want the category furniture. Now everything was converted to furniture. At the same time, subcategory. Within the subcategory, I want only the chairs. So now how many conditions are applied? Two conditions. What are the two conditions? Furniture along with the chairs. For furniture with the sales, this is the total sales. Okay. What is the total size of furniture with chairs? 328.45. Right? Remember this one, 328.45. Or if you are unable to remember, you write in the notepad itself. What you write in the notepad is like this, you write in the, so here I'm writing, observe. Okay. Total sales. What are the total sales are there? Total sales. By adding the furniture, furniture is the main category with the furniture plus what is the subcategory? Chairs. With the subcategory of chairs, what is the answer I have got? 328.45 thousands. Okay, that is the sales. Now, within the subcategory, I am selecting the chairs along with the tables. These two, both of them. Okay, now total sales of furniture along with the tables with the chairs as the subcategory. Now, what is the total amount of sales I have got? In this case, 535.41 thousands. Right? Now, let us cross check. Instead of applying the filtering, let's apply the slicer. In the two slicers, I'm going to take like this. Slicer number 1 and along with this slicer number 2. Two slicers. Now, in the first slicer, I'm going to select the category. Here, I'm going to select only the furniture. In the second slicer, I'm going to select the subcategory. And in the subcategory, I'm going to select only the chairs. Same answer you have got. 328.45. Now, filtering and slicer, both are answers are same only now. Any difference? In the basic filtering, have you find any difference? Now, let's go with the one more. I'm adding the tables plus chairs. So tables plus chairs means I have to set to control. I have selected the control. Same answer, right? So you are having the multiple options in the Power BI. You are having the multiple options. Okay. You can select as per your choice. Now, if you want top 5, can you apply the slicer? No. Then obviously you have to go with the filter zone. That is not possible. Points are clear, guys? Now, just I am trying to remove this one and I am also trying to remove this one. So number cards are clear, text cards are clear, date is clear. Now date cards are clear. Now next concept what we have told you is filtering. So let's add the filtering. First I'm going to select here one box or one plot, anything. Choice is yours. Let's go, sorry. Before filtering, let me come filtering. Okay, fine. Let me start the filtering also, not a problem. Okay, in the filtering, you are having the categorical variable. You can apply the categorical variable. You can apply the numerical variable. You can apply the date variable. 3 things you can apply in the filters. Now, first let us start with the filters, heading as filters. What is filters? Basically, first tell me what is filters. Filters means extracting the data based on the condition. Selecting the data, selecting or extracting, both are same. Selecting the data as per condition, not entire data. You are going to select some, you are going to write some condition, and as per your condition, you want to separate the data. That is called as filtering. Whether that filtering you do in the pandas, whether you do in the Power BI, whether you do in the SQL, answer is same. Well, in the SQL, we are going to do the filtering by applying the where condition, where or having. In the Power BI, we are going to use the tools. And within the pandas, we are going to write the condition. df of column is equal to or greater than, less than. What are the things? Accordingly, we are going to write. Right? Now, so here the filtering. What are the filtering you are having? In this filtering, I'm going to select this one. Okay, what are the city or for example, any one. First, let us start with the within the filtering. What are the 3 types of filterings are there? Miss, one is called as basic filtering. Next one is called as advanced filtering. Okay. Next one is called as top end filtering. Top end filtering. These are the 3 different options. Where you can find these 3 different options means within the drill down. So first, I'm going to start for a categorical variable. For the categorical variable, first let us observe. For all the categorical variable, same logic will be applied. Whether it is a category, subcategories, a state name, or a segment, for all of them, it is going to applicable same way. It's categorical. How you are going to do categorical filtering? So let us see the for categorical data. Let us bring the category. Now in the category, you are having the basic, advanced, top end. For the categorical, what are the 3 things are available? Means basic, advanced, and top end. So within the basic, I'm going to select what are the options are given. In that, whichever the option you are interested, select that one. Okay. If you want only for the furniture, your manager has asked, sir, can you show only for the furniture? Miss, immediately select this one and click on that. Okay. And generally, we'll keep all the important data. This all comes under analysis. Important things only we are going to keep in there. Now, we are going to keep the furniture. I'm going to keep the furniture. Okay, furniture is selected, but here something should be there now. So let me add the sales. So sales of the furniture. Furniture with office supplies and with the technology. This is the overall sales. Basic filtering, everyone is clear now? What are the categories are there? Within the categories, you are going to select. Now, for the same thing, let us add the advanced filtering. Now, advanced filtering is nothing but here you are again having the options. So here you are having the options like contains, which contains, and which doesn't contains, which start, which doesn't start, is not, and is empty, is not empty, like this. So here I'm going to select the whichever the category starts with letter F. Only those. Okay. Only those I'm going to apply. Okay. And or. And or means you are going to select either or. Okay. And or whichever the letter starts with the letter H. So I'm going to select the categories, which will category starts. Categories means here, if you are having the multiple, when you are having the multiple, you are going to apply the multiple conditions. Means it is going to select the categories of furniture and home supplies. Is the point is clear? Or means any one, and means both the conditions should be true. Okay. And or means, so it is going why and is going nothing blank. Why? Because any record will have both the categories. No, either furniture will be there, either in terms of this home supplies will be there. Every record will have either that one or this one. Now, is there any record which consists of both of them? So in your data set, just observe in your data set, is there anything like that? This is our data set. In the data set, we are having the category. Where is the category column? This is the category. Either furniture will be there, home supply, office supplies, or with respect to this will be there. How both will be there? Okay. So here it is office supplies now, starting with O. Okay. Now or means you are going to have the either any one of them. So here whichever the it is selecting basically both furniture and along with the office supplies. F and it is going to select either whichever the category is having F or whichever the category is having the U. Just it is applying basically like this. See here I'm applying in the Excel sheet. Within the Excel sheet also we can do the filtering, and here I'm selecting the whichever starts with the F. Okay. And whichever the starts with the this one. See it is selecting only the furniture category. Top N. Here you are asking in terms of N. And within the N. So and with starts with N means which of the category starts with the F and also N. Here this one is U. You are asking one time N and one time U. Top N. One, okay. So which are the things? Just you apply the whatever the conditions you want. Here the conditions are available now. Contains the starts with like this you are having now. Okay. So contains means which will contains that particular word. Okay, that category, whichever the category it contains. So like that you can select the advanced filtering. So within the advanced filtering, you are having here contains because it is a categorical variable. Now for the numerical variable, are you going to get this type of advanced filtering? Miss? No. For numerical variable, you will get the greater than, less than, equal to, like that you will get. Here greater than logic will not be applied on the categorical data. Categorical data comparison operators will not be there now. So here we are going to have like this. Now I'm going to bring the in the filters, within the filters sales. Okay. And see here within the sales I'm having in terms of is less than, is greater than, like this you are going to have the options. So here I'm going to bring the sales into the categories, and here you are having the advanced functions. Basic means unique values. What are the unique values are there? It is going to show. Advanced filtering means conditions. Is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, is not, blank. Right? So here you are going to just write the condition wherever the value is greater than this much. If it crosses more than $100K, then only, otherwise no need. Okay, you can write the conditions as per your choice. You can select the conditions. So when you select here categorical data, within the categorical data, advanced filtering, for categorical data, you are going to get the conditions whichever starts with contains, either starts with or contains. And for numerical data, what is the condition? For numerical data, conditions are less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, like this. Okay, greater than, equal to, like this you are going to get. These are the conditions will be applied on the numerical data. What is the conditions applied here? Miss contains. Opposite to contains, doesn't contains. Contains is that means opposite to that. Start with means doesn't start with. Okay, like this you are going to have exam, extract, etc. As per your requirement, you are going to select. This is advanced filtering. Now, after advanced filtering, now N, what is N means? Top N. Top N based on the sales wise, or top N categories based on the profit wise, you are going to select. Now here, okay, I am going to select the category in the filters. Now, can you click on the top N? When you have selected the top N, what are the options it is showing? Miss top or bottom records, top 5 records or bottom 5 records. On what criteria? Sales wise, profit wise, quantity wise, on what criteria? That one you have to select here. By which criteria? Top 5 you're asking. For example, I want the top 5 students in this class. On what? Marks wise, name wise, alphabet wise, what? Something will be there now. That what only, this by value. When you select here categorical data, you are going to get like this. Now when you select here numerical data, in the numerical data, top N, if you select the top N, you are going to get for the same way top 5 records or top 10 records. You can select the top records or bottom records. It is nothing but head function and tail function. Is the points are clear? Everyone, basic filtering, advanced filtering and top N filtering for both categorical data and for the numerical data. Now, next one is, this is filtering. What are the filters? You are going to apply the filters and you can select the filters as per your choice. This is the example for the filtering. Next, let's go with the one more example. Now, next one is called as multi-row card. Single cards we have completed. Now we are going to select the multi-row card. Now in this multi-row card, now see here, I'm adding the categories. I'm bringing the categories. For instead of categories, let us add the subcategories. Why subcategories? Because more amount of categories will be there, so that you'll understand the difference clearly. Okay. Now this is the subcategories, and for subcategories, I'm going to add the sales also here. First, let me select this one. Already subcategories are there. This is basically card. In the card only, I'm adding the sales. So you are going to get for each subcategory their sales, and along with the, observe this one, clearly observe guys, quantity, and I'm also adding the profit. I'm adding the profit also here. Profit here. See, for each subcategory, sales, quantity, and profit. 3 of them you have got. Okay. Now, sir, the same thing basically we can get in the table also now. Okay, this is basically, let us keep this one side. This is multi-row card basically. Okay, instead of multi-row card, I'm basically selecting here table. Now table is correct or multi-row card is correct for this example, miss? Table will be the best, not the multi-row card. Now, some of the sales, which sales are highest? You are going to click on the ascending order or descending order. Already in the previous class, we have discussed this one. Now then, what is the use of multi-row card, sir? Okay, you told that this one will be good in the table. Then what is the use of multi-row card? Now observe this one clearly. In the multi-row card, okay, I'm removing the profit or quantity. I'm showing only the sales. Okay, let me remove this one also. Now in the multi-row card itself, I want the top three categories, not one category. What is the difference between this one versus this one means here you have shown the top subcategory. How many? One. Now I want how many? Three. Three subcategories. Top three subcategories based on the sales. Now what I have to do? Select this one. Top three I want. Top three, what is the meaning of top three means filtering. How to apply the filtering for top three? Just now I have told you. How to do? Bring the subcategory into the filters, and within the filters you are going to select the top n. In that top three based on sales, and click on the apply. Is the point is clear? That is the advantage of multi-row card. Single value means card. If you want to represent top n categories means multi-row card. Now in this multi-row card, okay, now size. How to increase the size? How to increase the size, guys? Just you have to click on the format, click on the labels. What are the labels you are having? You can increase the size of the labels. Now you want to increase the size of the values, not the labels, values. Then what you have to do? Click on the values and click on the size of the values. Sir, values are increased, size is increased. What about this chairs and those things are not increased? No. So now this in the cards, you are having title. Increase the title. Total 3. This is the title. Okay. Keep the title. Done. So title. If you want title means title, value means value, label means label. This is called as title. This is called as value. This is called as label. Which one you want to change? According to that, you are going to format. Is that clear? Multi-row card. Now, one more example of multi-row card. So now in the first one, you have represented here like this now. 4 cards you have represented now, separately. Now the same thing I'm going to represent in the multi-row card. So see here, I'm going to take the multi-row card. In this, what is the first one you have selected? Total sales. So I'm going to bring the sales. What is the second one you have represented? Profit. I'm going to bring the profit. And what is the third one you have represented? Quantity. I'm going to bring the quantity. And what is the fourth one you have represented? Average sales. Again, I'm going to bring the sales. Instead of this one, I'm changing the average. Same thing, na? Of course, sir, these numbers are different now, sir. You also can change here numbers. Names you can change now. Some of the sales to total sales, how to change? How to change, guys? Just you have to click on this and rename, and you have to write here total sales and click on the enter button. Then automatically total sales. And you have to add the box for this. How to add the box? Format. Within the format, what? General. In the general, efforts. Within that, visual border. Border is added. Same thing now. Above 4 cards. Size, sir, size, that one is big size. This one, you know now, formatting. Obviously, that is not a problem now. Main thing is values only now. That everything you know. So you can get the multi cards by using like this. And you can represent. It is not visible properly means increase the size and adjust yourself. Visualization only now. I'm explaining the values wise. Visualization wise, you have to click on the format and you can do the adjusting as per your choice. Multi-row cards are clear, everyone? Cards and multi-row cards. Individually, you can represent the cards. multi things you can represent the cards. Generally, multi cards will be used when we are having the top n. You want to show the top n. In that case, we are going to add the multi-row cards. Okay. If you are not using the top n means, generally we will not use the multi cards like this. We will go with the individual. Sir, this you can keep even side also, or you can add like this also. Is that clear? Everyone? Anyone has any questions on the multi-row card and selecting the filters? If anyone has any questions, you can ask. What are the questions you are having? Any questions? No questions, right? Now, coming to this numerical card, text card, date card, and this is multi-row card. Multi-row card. Okay, you can add the multi-row card. Next, I have explained for you the filtering. Within the filtering, basic, advanced, and top n. Is that clear, everyone? Now, next, let's move on to the next one called as filters. We have applied the filters, but the filter was applied only on a particular visual. I want to be applicable on the entire page. Then that particular filter. So see here, I'm going to select the table, one table first. In the table, I'm going to keep here in terms of segment, in the table segment as the first row, and says as the second row. Okay, sorry, second column. Okay, this is the table. Now, after the table, this table was completed. Now, I'm going to take one more table. What is the table is one more table or pie. Let us go with the pie chart. In the pie chart, I'm adding here category in the legend and values as says. Okay, category. This is segment. This is category. You know how to increase the size. Here the size is small also. How to increase the size means just you have to click on the format and you can increase the size. Right? Now, done. After that, after the size, next one. What are the next one we are having is use one of this. Sorry, as one of the student is typing a question. What is the use of multi-row card and card? And when we use one of this, see, to represent the final number you to represent overall as a single value to represent. Okay. Who are the student? Krishna, is your question is clear? To represent a single value, cards will be used for representing a single value. Okay. Now, coming to this pie chart, and after that, I'm going to select the funnel chart. One more chart I'm going to select is called as funnel chart. And within the funnel chart, I'm going to take the subcategory and the sales. How I'm going to get? Which is having the highest sales of subcategory, that will be highest to least. Ranking order I'm going to get. Now, three of them you have got now. Now, three of them, for each of them, I want for Western region only. That one also West only, this also West only, this one also West only. For three visuals, it has to be applied West. Now, if I select this one and if I click on the filter, where is the, sorry, this is the filter. In the filter, I'm going to bring the region and I'm going to select the West. Now, West was applied only on this or here also? Only on that particular visual. Why it is applied on the particular visual? Because filters on this visual means on that particular plot only you have selected the region. But I don't want here. See here, what is the number? 719. Here, what is the number? 11,61,401. And this is 330K. Now, everything I want for the Western region means I'm going to bring the region, wherever the region is there, into the filter on this page. I'm not selecting any particular box. None of the box was selected. If any particular box is selected, then you are going to get the filters on this visual word. If you don't select, you will not get that particular word. Filters on this visual, you will not get. You have to select any particular box, any particular plot or table or any particular one. Then only you'll get the filter on this visual. Filter on this visual means it will be applicable only on that. Is the point is clear? Only on that it is going to applicable. I don't want only on that. It has to be applied on the entire page. Then what I have to do? Here, two options are there. One is use the slicer. Slicer means all of them will be changed accordingly. So I'm going to select the slicer. Okay, here I'm adding the slicer. In the slicer, I'm bringing the region. Now, if I select the west, everything are changed to west. Everything are changed to south. Everything are changed to east. Okay, now instead of this slicer, I'm going to bring the region filter on this page. Means entire page, what are the plots are there? For everything, it has to be applicable. It has changed to west. Sir, slicer is that means then why do you filter, sir? I told you, basic filtering, there is no use. Basic filtering, go with the slicer. Advanced filtering, you can't do in the slicer. Now for this, I want with respect to advanced filtering. Now for advanced filtering, is that possible? I want with respect to some advanced filtering, what are the logics I'm going to apply? Okay, contains. Okay, contains with respect to contains or starting with, I'm going to select, and I will select in terms of starts with this particular one. Then can you go with this? In that case, it is not possible. If you are selecting the basic filtering, and if you are selecting here eastern region and this one, according to that, it is going to change. All the plots are changing. You want to apply only on the one plot or overall plots are? Sir, for example, I want to apply for this particular plot western, for this particular plot east, for this particular plot south. Then what you have to do? Individually you have to select. You can't select overall. Overall page you can't select. Right? Now, sir, for example, here 10 plots are there, sir. Out of which 4 plots should be of east, 4 plots should be of south, 1 plot should be for the west. Then what we have to do? Individually we have to select. It cannot be applied. Overall page means all the plots will be selected. How many plots are there in that? How many boxes are there? For every box, that filter will be applied. That is nothing but filter on this page. Now, the same way you want to apply on all the pages. So, for example, here in this page, whether it is complete sales now. Now, here I'm applying, basically, I'm applying here region on all the pages, and that to west. Now in this page it was changed. Okay, let us go to the first page, page number 1. Earlier it is 2.3 now. I applied here. In this page I have applied the filter. It is applied on the this one also by default. Can you see that one? One more time. So just I'm removing the filter. So here, what is the total amount of sales of subcategory phones means 330K. And here in this 2.3 is there. 2.3 is there. Okay. Now coming back to this particular page. In this page 2.3 is there. This page only I'm not ignoring. Completed. That page is completed. I'm working in this page. In this page, I'm going to select the region with filters on all the pages. And here I have selected the west. Now automatically what happened means in all the pages it has impacted. Earlier it is 2.3. Now why it has got 725? Because in every page it is impacted. Wherever the multi-row card, this one in this page was impacted. In this page it is impacted. Everywhere it has impacted. West will be selected automatically. In every case it will be selected. So because you have selected filter on all the pages. On a particular page, particular filter, particular visual, all the pages. You can select as per your choice. 3 options are there in the filters. What are the 3 options? Next comes to the filtering. Okay. What are the 3 options you are having within the filtering? Filtering on a particular visual. filter on a visual. Visual means for that particular box only it will be applied. It will not be applied on the other box also. Okay. Now, sir, for example, if I add the slicer, here I added the slicer. I bring the slicer here. In the slicer, I'm adding the region and I'm selecting the west. It is automatically applied on the overall page. Slicer is applied on the page. No, sir, here it should not be applied. For this plot, it is applying, sir. Then don't set the slicer. Individually, you have to apply the filters. If you have selected eastern region in the slicer, automatically all the plots are impacting, right? Indirectly, filter applied over the page. It is applying the over the page filter. Individual plot filter is different. Overall page filter is different. Point is clear, everyone? Getting the clarity? Right? So like this, you are going to apply the filters. So within the filter on a visual, filter on particular page, on entire page, what are the existing page on the entire page, or filter on all pages, filter on all pages. Like this, you can do the filtering. Like this, all the options are completed. Tomorrow, we are going to discuss the next topic with respect to measures and how to create the columns, functions. All these things we are going to discuss in the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow's class is more important. Saturday is triple important because that is only the project. So these advanced things don't miss. Basic things, if you understand, advanced things will be easy. But advanced are only important. Basically, your work is tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and Saturdays only your Power BI work actual lies. For understanding that one, all these things are required. Is the points are clear? Done. If you are having any questions, you can ask. And as some of the students are asking the hackathon, explain the hackathon, what are the project was given and whether this one. So today I'm going to upload the solution. I'm going to upload the solution in your Google Drive. Okay. And just go through the solution once. And once after going through, we'll discuss from there. Okay. After going through, you'll have some idea now. Then when I explain something, you'll also can ask some doubts based on that. Okay. Just, I told you earlier, analysis means various questions. Don't think that, sir, I have applied at different questions. Here, what are the solutions you have provided is at different questions. Don't worry about that questions. Here, the point is how you applied the various questions and how you have done the inferences from that. Questions you may apply different ways, but finally, observations to improve the business, you are going to come with a points now. That is more important. That will be common for everyone, almost. Is the points are clear, guys? I'm going to upload the solution and along with this, please practice, and tomorrow we'll continue with the functions. Done. If you are having any questions, please ask. And once again, wish you Happy New Year. Done, guys. Ask what are the questions you are having, or if no questions, you can leave. Right? I'm going to add the hackathon solution along with the Power BI, what are the assignment you have to do. These two things I'm going to add by maximum 1 o'clock. And once it is added, I will intimate you in the Google Classroom. Okay? Done. Please practice. And if you are having still any questions in the Power BI offline students, you please stay in the lab. After the class, I will come to the lab and we can discuss there. Okay? Try to do the project. Done.